What's good, you guys? It's your boy Abby.
And it's your girl Destiny.
And if you're rocking with DNA family,
all day, every day,
don't forget to subscribe.
And don't forget to smash that notification bell.
Alright, y'all.
So today, we have a main channel video. And it's a little bit different than anything we ever did before.
Can't even tell me.
And for this video, I have brought Abby in without knowing what it was. Because I just wanted this to be a very down-to-earth, opened video.
What's she doing
for all the women and all the men out there. So for this video, I was inspired by Kyra, Stewart, and a lot of other YouTubers that I have saw do this. So, do you want to know what it is?
I mean, I got to, don't I?
Sure. So, what we're going to title this video is asking men serious questions that women are too afraid to ask. In this situation, I want you to answer all of these questions I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
In regards to our marriage and kind of in general. For women that kind of just want to know. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Let's go.
So be really open, all right?
I'm going to be open.
Okay. All right. All right, y'all. Question number 1. What is the first thing that men notice about women?
Probably their figure. Yeah, I honestly think it's probably their figure or their eyes. Ironically.
How about you?
For me, I think it's personality.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, but when I first saw you, though, I can't even say that. But I did notice you were very quiet. But for you, it wasn't necessarily your figure that instantly got my attention. It was more of, I thought you were just beautiful. I was like, wow, she is beautiful. She is pretty. But maybe for the majority of men, you know, it might be someone's figure, because that's just naturally, you know, first thing that you see is someone's appearance, you know?
Yeah. Question 2. What are your expectations of me as your wife?
I guess my biggest thing is, you know, me just having more, you know, Christian views and stuff like that. I just would want you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
Transparent.
Yeah.
Not judgmental. Unconditional in regards to like loving, I guess.
Of course.
I mean, that's all. I don't really have like, I'm not that type of guy where I'm like, you know, when I'm coming home, I expect dinner to be done. You know, I don't even think that's just like our generation, you know, just as our generation, as in like just millennials and I guess post-millennials. I don't think men operate like that. And
that's more of like the older generation.
Right.
The people before us, like our mothers and grandparents and stuff like
especially
that.
Especially our grandparents.
Really, yeah.
But we're both working. We both are busy. We both run businesses together. So those are not necessarily my expectations. I just think I would just want someone that loves me as much as I love them. Yeah. Someone who's going to be honest with me, patient with me, because I'm imperfect. So, you know, I would want to reciprocate that. And ultimately, above all of that, I guess my expectation is I want a wife that loves God.
Question number 3. Why does it seem like men try so hard in the beginning of relationships and then later seem to stop?
I guess for some, I can't really speak for men, but maybe it's because they enjoy the chase. You know.
So what do you mean by the chase? Once you got the person, then
they probably enjoy trying to get with that individual, you know, because men are, you know, I think naturally can be sometimes competitive, and so they want to, they might just want to, I know in the beginning stages, get with that individual. But I think, I don't know, I wouldn't say that once they have the individual that they, you know, they don't care anymore, they don't try hard anymore. I don't know. You were just very quiet. You know, it was kind of hard for you to open up, which was crazy because I felt like for me, I was kind of reserved and shy.
So, next question. Mm-hmm. Do you think that a marriage can work without Christianity?
Dang, you just gone. Well, oh, dang. Okay, so
I mean, kind of just speak from your perspective as under this
I
one.
think
I mean, you're a Christian,
anyone
so.
can get married. I think God created marriage. I think, you know, marriage is something that's very sacred.
Yeah.
So quite honestly, I think before you get married to anyone, you should get right with yourself and right with God. Because you don't want to be unequally yoked with someone who's not put together and someone who is put together. That I don't think that is a I don't think that is an optimal situation to be in. I mean, but it seems like the divorce rates are very high in America, and especially in with this Corona situation. I heard that people are divorcing left and right. So it's like you're really getting a full picture of who you're with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think marriage is something very, very serious, and I don't believe in divorce. So
Yeah.
I think when you understand how important and sacred it is,
Mm-hmm.
you just wouldn't get married to
Right.
anyone.
Next question, number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Do men ever get bored in their relationship/marriage? And if so, do you guys honestly tell us?
I don't necessarily get bored
Mm-hmm.
with our relationship, but I feel like there are certain things that I enjoy that you don't necessarily enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like sometimes, I can't do those things because it would make you bored essentially. For instance, let me just give y'all some background. The way I decompress is I like to game. That's just how, that's just how I operate. I just like playing certain video games and stuff like that. But you, as my wife, that's just something that you don't like to do at all. You're not homebody. If you could travel the world right now, you would do it. So,
Yeah.
so sometimes I feel like I have to miss out on that because that's something that you do not enjoy or we don't bond on. So since, we're living together and we're with each other for the majority of the day, that might be something that I can't do.
Next question.
Mm-hmm.
So some men say that they don't care about our weight and how we really look. Is that true, and do you guys really mean it?
For me, I don't really, especially now as an adult, I don't care. I care to the degree of I wouldn't want my significant other to be sick, to the point where, she has health issues because she's so overweight. I mean, I guess that's the time that,
Or even underweight.
yeah, even underweight. That's the time that I would be concerned, but I'm not about to sit up here. I'm not superficial like that. I don't care about that. I'm not the skinniest dude. I got some pounds on me, but I personally don't really care about that. But there's some people in this world that are superficial and care about all that. I'm not like that, and I really don't care. I'm more concerned about personality and, just those core values of someone, loving you and stuff like that. Because when I'm 80 years old, I'm not going to be caring about if my wife is big, honestly, or, a certain weight. Like, you love who you love, and I feel like that's all that really matters. I don't really think weight is that much of an issue.
The next one. Why are women perceived as the weaker sex?
I definitely don't believe that is the perspective as of now, especially with like feminism right now. I don't think that's the case at all. I do not agree with that at all. And you already know how I feel about that. I do not feel like that is a perception. I think that might have came from chivalry. So like just men, and knights, and just the whole trying to protect the women and children and stuff like that. I think it just comes from chivalry. I don't think it's a perceived thing of that you're just weaker or less significant or insignificant or anything like that.
The last question I have is definitely not for the little ears at all, because this is definitely more of like a rated R and for a marriage question. But I really want you to answer it. Why do men in happy marriages masturbate? Is it normal or is it a sign of a problem?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean,
So
it's not a tough one. It's like I think you have to realize, number one, that men. I think we focus on how women have been sexually abused and stuff like that, and etc. And I don't think it is stressed enough how men have also been sexually abused. And not only that, I think men in general, just
Deal with lust.
as they struggle with lust. I think it's a lot of men struggle with that, and I feel like everybody has their demons that they battle with and wrestle with. But I think men in particular, they struggle with lust, and not only that, um, I think just the component of um, mental abuse, sexual abuse, and this phenomenon of internet and how children are as young as 10 years old being exposed to things like that. And I feel like how, like, just even pornography addiction and stuff like that, how that's not even really talked about. Watching porn in general is just something that is considered to be okay. It's not harmful. It's not, it's not really anything too impactful in your life, but it's actually can be addictive. When you masturbate, you release dopamine, and, you sitting up there doing that is causing you to be dependent off of that dopamine and stuff like that. I'm not claiming to be I don't know, psychologist or anything like that, or someone who knows about the brain activity or anything like that, but I don't know. I feel like it's a very interesting point that you raised, because I think that a lot of men struggle with masturbation and they actually don't want to do that. I think it's something that torments them. It's something that they actually wish that they could stop, and it's not something that they are actually choosing. Well, everybody has a choice, but it's something that they don't want to do. Essentially, it's a battle of the flesh. It's a battle of lustful desires, and when we, as a society, look at it as if it's something that's natural and normal and stuff like that, I think we open up the floodgates for a type of addiction. And I've always said this. I think pornography is actually probably the most addictive drug, because it's readily available. You don't have to pay for it. It's ubiquitous. It's literally everywhere. I feel like that's a very interesting point that you made. Question that you asked. I think it's something that a lot of men struggle with in secrecy, and I think it's more prevalent than you think it is.
Alright, y'all, so today's video was definitely very different, but I feel like a lot of the times, even for men and women, we have questions that sometimes we just don't want to answer or to ask our significant other. And it's important to be open with your other half and stuff like that. So some of these questions were questions that just women and even I in general just wanted to know. So I mean, maybe something, if you have questions, maybe you can do something to ask the women. But I definitely think that it was important, and I thank you for doing today's video, and I thank you for being open. And even some of the men who may watch this may have or women may have had the same exact questions and just have never spoke on it. So thank you.
Yeah, for all the men out there who are struggling in secret, just know that Jesus loves you, and that he is bigger than all your addictions, all your problems, and everything that you may struggle with. He is there. All you have to do is just call on him, and don't feel afraid to talk to someone you trust, and allow them to walk with you through your struggles. So
alright, y'all, so thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, because you don't want to miss another video. And like we always like to say,
peace, love, and positivity, y'all.
Alright, and we'll see you in the next video. We're out. Peace.